So why are there 3 different colors of tin snips? Let's have a look. Many people are under the assumption, and even I was, honestly, that the 3 different colored handled tin snips that you could buy, or aviation snips, was yellow was for straight cutting, green was left-handed curves, and red was for right-handed curves. Now that kind of does work in some instances, just depending what you're cutting. That's really not the intended reason for the coloring. All aviation or tin snips are made to be used really in the right hand, but they can be used by left-handed people. It really doesn't matter. But they are made to be used right-handed because when they're held the right way, you can simply use your right thumb. Whoops. You can simply use your right thumb to undo the lock. Okay, these ones are red handled with a little different bend, and we'll talk about them later. So they can be used in either hand, but they were designed to be used right-handed. But again, that really isn't a big issue here. The main difference in the snips, we'll talk about yellow in a minute, but the main difference in the snips for red and green, if you look at the jaw, you see how on the red snip, the lower jaw is to the left side, and the lower jaw on the green snip is to the right side. What happens when you cut with a pair of tin snips, and I'll use these ones here, is as you cut, you see how the offcut is curling up and kind of out of the way. So whichever side the lower jaw is on is which side is going to curl, and it's going to curl up that way. If I try cutting, let me just get rid of that little piece there. If I try cutting here, say this is what I want. This is the piece I'm wanting to keep, but I'm trying to use the red-handled snips to cut off a 1/4 of an inch here. As I get through there, you can see that this piece of metal is wanting to curl up and over my snips, which in some cases, again, depending on your material, well, you can even see it there. You can see how it's given a bit of a roundness or a curve to that piece of metal, where if I use the proper snips, it should leave that edge. Should basically remain flat. I kind of tweaked the very start there when I started, but it should remain flat. So the basic idea is the red-handled snips are cutting your excess off on the left side of them, and your green-handled snips are cutting it off on the right side. Another misconception, and I use snips wrong all the time. Another misconception is I could just dive into the middle of this piece and cut it out. Really, snips are made to cut a maximum of about a 1/4 of an inch at a time off. And that way your excess curls up and out of your way, and it doesn't leave the metal all distorted. If I was just to grab these snips and cut into the middle here and start cutting, it's going to actually leave both sides jagged and curled up and not very good to work with, you know, if I needed one side of them to be flat. If you actually wanted to, say I want to cut down the middle of this piece to get rid of some excess there, I could actually use both snips if I need both of, like this piece and this piece, to have a good edge on them. You'd actually get your snip started, and you can actually use both snips, and you just kind of walk your way across there. It's kind of hard with this little piece. I'm having trouble hanging on to it. But you're using both snips, and what it's doing, you've got a large piece here that you're getting rid of, and it's curling up in the center of your 2 snips. And as you work across there, you get rid of it. Now, if I tried to do that in one piece of snips, both halves, if I was going to put them back together or whatever, they'd be all twisted up, nothing would be flat. So that's one good thing to kind of remember about them. Now, yellow-handled snips, when you're working with metal, and I should mention, I believe these snips here are all designed to be used up to 14 gauge sheet metal. I'm not sure what gauge you could work with them with aluminum, but much thicker, I'm sure. Yellow snips are mostly made just for, like if you wanted to do a notch. You know, if you wanted to cut in up to an inch and get rid of a notch. They're not really made to cut right across, although all of us do it. But they kind of leave an ugly up and down kind of edge from going through there. And you're better off to use the appropriate red or green snips in those types of situations. So that we kind of debunked that myth about right and left and all that kind of stuff. You can use really either one. It's more about which side is your scrap material going to be on that doesn't need to be left flat or left, smooth. Because either one of these can cut around this circle. I'm not sure if I'm really showing you there, if you can see well enough. I'm just making little strokes as you've seen that. I'm not biting right through, slide forward, bite right through, because as soon as you do that, you start to leave a jagged edge as well. So same thing. Now that was with the green snips. Now the red snips, I can still cut right around this. A little bit easier with these ones, but I can still do it with either one. Okay, so I was cutting right, or cutting actually left with both red or green, so it really doesn't matter. These snips here, you can kind of see how the nose or the jaws are definitely on a different angle. If I was holding these at the correct angle to be cutting, the handles are kind of, my hand's up and away from the material. I could cut across here without my knuckles getting down in the material, where with these ones, you're more straight on with the material, and you're going to have a situation as you get into a bigger piece where your fingers or your hands or whatever are in the way. So these ones are just made to get your hand kind of up out of the way, or maybe you got an awkward position you've got to get into, and it'll be just easier to use these. I don't use these ones with the bend in them that much, but it is handy to have at least one pair of them around. What else can we show you? If you these are a better name brand type snip. If you buy, and I don't mean to pick on Harbor Freight, but if you buy Harbor Freight or some of the really cheap aviation type snips, you're going to have a lot more problems with cutting. And I don't know if they have less tolerance on how tight the jaws are or what the deal is, but you'll find a lot of times with the cheaper snips, if you don't have your snips exactly at the right angle, they basically want to do that. The actual material will go through. Now I can still do it with these better snips, but I had to purposely, really twist my hand out of position to make it flip in there like that, which can damage your project if you're working along and all of a sudden it flips up like that and you scratch it or whatever. It's a painted surface. So if you're going to do much at all with metalwork, with aviation or tin snips, then you definitely want to spend a little extra money and go with the better name brands. We will put a link in our description as well for these particular type. So now, in my case, obviously I'm a renovation contractor, so I'm not generally cutting a lot of flat metals or things like that. I'm usually cutting something like this, a piece of steel stud track, for instance. So it can be kind of awkward to cut. And again, if you've got a big piece like this and you're just wanting to, maybe I only want 30 inches cut off of this piece, whatever length it is. A lot of people, they just start right into it and they're cutting away and they're bending and they're twisting and everything's just getting out of whack and they're trying to follow their line. You're better off to rough cut it first, because like I said, snips are designed to cut smaller amounts at a time. So if this is my spot, I don't have a marker. I do have a marker. Say this is where I wanted to actually cut it off, and this is my waist. I'm better off to cut a little further past the line, get rid of the bulk of the material, and get it out of the way. Now I'm still at more than 1/4 inch of material here, like I said before, where you want to only cut about 1/4 inch off. That the 1/4 inch rule is more in the case of where you're working more in like some body shop metals and that sort of thing, where you're really concerned that the good side of your metal isn't going to get distorted. So then you would want to trim a little closer so you can take a little extra off. This is easy to deal with. I'm not too worried about my good side getting distorted. But now, what actually happens is, because I don't have this big long piece on the end, this is easier to deal with my offcut. And I would normally actually cut over here on this side, because if I'm using yellow snips, my waste side, right? The lower side. So I can kind of curl this up. So I can bend that tab up and I can simply cut right across there now. When I was trying to cut the other way, I'm actually fighting against the jaws, right? Because it's trying to push this up, but with this bend, it's all goofy and it's just too hard to do. So just get yourself orientated to the right side of the metal. And it's easy with your other hand, your free hand, to just kind of manipulate that tin up and out of the way. Same thing with aluminum. This is a piece of lighter aluminum. Could be some window cap, door cap, whatever the case may be. But you want to be leaving a nice edge. You don't want your edge to be all jagged. That actually cut pretty good. If I use the wrong snips, it won't. So if I'm coming from this side and I'm using this, you can see, I mean, it's just awkward. Everything's getting bent out of proportion. Sorry for all the noise of this rattling around on the bench. But now if I get my snips the right way, to where my waste side is, I have a much easier time of getting that piece off there, because it naturally just wants to curl up and over the piece of stock that I've got. So that's kind of the bulk of, you know, knowing where to cut, really. Knowing which color handles to grab for the piece of metal that you're cutting, and to keep your waste rolling off the proper side so you're not damaging the good side. Now, aviation snips, I don't have a piece of siding or whatever here, but aviation snips will cut more than just metal. They're designed for metal and aluminum, but I've used these lots on vinyl siding. Yeah, vinyl siding for one example. I use it on for cutting round ductwork, maybe cutting a hole in duct. That's where these come in handy. If you've got a metal duct, like your main trunk of your home heating system, and you need to cut around a hole in it to put a boot in it or something like that, you can drill a hole through there with a drill bit big enough to get your snip started in. And these snips here are nice for that, because you can actually work your way around that hole without your hand having to be inside the ductwork or along that jagged edge and get all sliced up. So that's the basics of using tin snips. Everybody's kind of got their own theories, and like I said, most people think that you know, red for right, green for left, and yellow is straight. It's not really necessarily true. Although it has some merit, it's not actually why they're designated that way. So I hope that this kind of helps you out a little bit. I know that you don't all do a bunch of body work or that sort of thing, but if you do, this will help you. For what I use these snips for, I can pretty much cut them in any direction and it'll work, because I'm using pretty pliable materials. But so that's the wrap up on this video. Please click like below if you could. Like I said, we're going to have a link to some aviation snips in the description if you're interested in having a look at those. You can comment below, you can hit subscribe, you can visit our forum or any of our social media. And if you want to see us make more of these great videos, you can please check out our Patreon link as well. So why are there 3 different colors of... Oh, I nailed it! I'll never get that again.
I always